Some familiar Patriots faces have returned to the practice field. Thank God. I'm Mariah Janos, joined by Evan Lazar. Evan, one of those guys that is back is Uche. What can he bring to the table?
Yeah, a lot of guys back today, a lot of big names and good football players returning to practice, which is great news for the Patriots. And Josh Uche among them, rookie linebacker. I think the one thing that you look at him and you can kind of hope that he can bring a little bit more athleticism and a little bit more speed to that second level of the defense. You know, listen, Juwan Bentley had a great game in the stat sheet last week on Sunday against the Denver Broncos. But when I went back and watched the tape, it's clear to me that offensive coordinators are circling number 51 as the Waldo of the Patriots defense, right? Just if you're looking for something, you know, in the passing game, find 51 and throw the ball into his zone. That seems to be a big sort of proponent. And you look at what the Broncos did with Pat Shurmur, their offensive coordinator, they put Juwan Bentley in a blender the entire game. And they really forced the Patriots to just shoot Bentley at the line of scrimmage on blitzes and run blitzes and pass blitzes just to get him out of coverage, because Shurmur kept on finding him in coverage to take advantage. So I think with Uche, you hope that he can bring a little bit more coverage ability, a little bit more athleticism, and then he can also, of course, line up on the line of scrimmage and really rush the passer like he did at Michigan. So a much better, more complete skill set, I think, than some of the guys that they have at that second level currently. And again, I don't mean to rag on Bentley, but he's certainly the Waldo, the weak point, the guy that everybody is going after when they face the Patriots, because you're not going to throw at Stephon Gilmore over Juwan Bentley. That's the decision that teams are making right now.
Now, Beau Allen is also a guy that's back. What is he capable of? What can you tell us about him?
This is a big one, I think, for the Patriots, too, because you look at that end of that game, certainly against the Broncos. They were in a defensive package with Shalik Calhoun, a 260-pound edge defender, playing defensive tackle because of how thin they were at the defensive tackle position. You know, Byron Cowart, no Beau Allen, obviously, in that game. Adam Butler goes out with an injury about halfway through, and all of a sudden they're scrambling to figure out guys that can play on the interior of their line. So Beau Allen hasn't practiced all year. He's going to have a ramp-up period. I don't even know if he's going to be ready to go on Sunday because of that. But I think that he's a guy that can really plug up gaps, really be that Danny Shelton type player for the Patriots this season, like they had with Shelton last year, who can play on the nose and can really take on blocks and be able to hold up against the run and make this run defense a little bit more stout in the middle, which has been a little bit of a concern. So I think that that's a really big move for the Pats to add back to that defensive line depth that by the end of the last game, like I said, they were super thin there. And Shalik Calhoun at 260, that's unfair to make him play three technique as much as he did on Sunday.
All right, for all of our Patriots coverage, head to clnsmedia.com and subscribe to our YouTube channel over at Patriots Press Pass.